the next hot single.com.
So, Annanake, 1 2 1 2. All right. Is it sunny or rainy? All right. Yeah, it's sunny and hot here too. Can you hear me that?
Yep.
Oh, what are you on? IG or Facebook?
Should I go on? I'm on Facebook.
No, you're fine, but it won't let you rotate.
I know.
We'll be on shortly. We're just trying to work out some kinks, getting some feedback here and there.
Hold on, I'm gonna put you on mute for 1 second, and then I'll bring you right back in. All right, you guys talk for a minute.
1 2 1 2. It's your girl Miss D sitting here with Lady T
and Lady Precious.
Lady Precious.
This is the queen seat. This is the queen seat. I'm the queen.
See, calling on the phone like this it's causing a little bit of a problem because then the microphone is what's causing the feedback. So Andrew's got to, we got to get a phone line or something, a phone interface, because this is not working.
What's this on? Facebook? Yeah.
It's so nice and clear.
It is nice. It's the light.
Yeah.
The lighting does that. All right, so yes, we are here. Okay, great.
All right, hold on. I need you guys to talk.
Keep on talking. All right, keep on talking.
And let us know what the question is.
Yeah, tell us.
Okay, so we're supposed to start off with the intro music. Andrew, does Andrew have the intro? Intro, welcome. Then we're supposed to have some music. So we need to have Andrew bring us some music. Then we're going to talk about this fabulous Aries here.
Yes.
It's still Aries season.
Turn up for y'all. Take a shot.
Yes. Rams in the house. Rams in the house. Yes, and we got another Ram to the side. You know what? Yes. And she had a fabulous party.
You did.
That I missed because I had just came back from Miami, and when I tell you I was dead,
I can imagine.
I was so dead tired. I really tried. I took out my dress, I took out everything, and I was like, I just need to stay just for another 30 minutes. Okay, I'll be late. I'll late for another 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it. I just cannot do it. So 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Oh, that was really fun.
Some people spend the night. I mean, whatever.
I was wondering Lady T with me.
Yeah.
But I just could not move. I just could not get out the bed. I couldn't move. I was just worn out. Because I had just got off the plane earlier that morning.
You should just came to the house.
Yes, right now.
See, I didn't know.
Just came to the house.
Came to the house, took a nap at the house.
When you woke up,
she could have taken a nap, huh?
So that would have been a plan. We didn't plan that out. But next year.
So you should do a barbecue or something just because.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. But no, you had people here from out of town, right? You had people here from out of town.
Connect me on Facebook. You got to connect me on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Is Yolanda talking?
Yes, Yolanda's talking. I was talking. Can you hear me?
That's Lady Precious.
Okay. Keep talking.
All right. So yeah.
Are you Aries too?
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, okay. That's
November.
Nice fire sign.
Yeah, November 25th.
Oh, okay. Fire. And nothing like a ram, though.
Yeah.
Nothing like a ram.
We both fire signs.
Leader of the pack. Leader of the pack.
We start the storm, we start the war, and we finish it.
Y'all calm compared to Aries, though.
Huh?
Sagittarius cardinal fire. We are the real fire. Y'all are calm.
Ooh.
Calm. Yeah, we keep it going.
They the calm before the storm.
Exactly.
Right.
Y'all after
We are the storm.
We are the storm.
Okay. Yes. But you wait till you hear about this fabulous Aries birthday excursion. This one here did it up.
When is it?
She did it.
Her birthday is the day after mine.
Wow, March Aries.
Yeah, she's March Aries.
Yeah, kind of calm Aries.
March y'all on in.
Right?
March y'all in.
We the soldiers. We got we the captains. We the lieutenants. We wear the hat.
So how you get on computer?
We're live.
But where?
All right, I had the
Right there.
Wi-Fi way down.
I know. I never know how to do it from the computer. We're so used to our phone.
Really? Yeah, I know how to do it on the computer. Hey, whoever's on, just a while we try to work out some kinks here with some sound and some feedback. But tonight we are talking about hip hop
Yes.
and rap.
You know how you click on something.
You know,
until
there is
on the highlight
a discussion between the difference between rap and hip hop.
Oh yeah, that's a major difference. And there's a difference between a rapper and an artist.
A rapper and an MC or a rapper and an artist?
A rapper and an artist.
So you actually need.
All right, listen, I need everybody.
No.
Hey, hang on. We put the away for a second and talk. So he's saying, he's picking people up and saying, I can't hear so and so, I can't hear this. But there are three to talk on it.
Okay.
Because he's I don't know the names. So he's going, if I start talking, this is I'm going, well, who's who? You know?
Okay, so you know me,
That's
Lady T,
Lady T, okay.
Lady Precious.
Okay. So because Andrew's asking, he says, well, so and so I can't hear. I'm like, well,
Okay.
I'm trying to pick out who's not talking.
Lady T.
Okay. All right,
All
Lady
right,
T,
so
talk with me.
okay, I'm going ahead and talk. So yeah, there's a difference between an artist and there's a difference between an MC and there's a difference between a rapper. I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like an artist embodies more than just music. They embody, just like for example, Nipsey. His funeral wasn't or his celebration of life was completely different, like than anything I've ever seen. That thing
They
was
showed
like,
that he was more than a rapper.
he was
It
way
embodies so many things.
more. That was artistry, like from the visuals that they gave, from the people that performed, the people that spoke. It was like it was literally a celebration of life. And so, am I talking enough? I'm not talking enough. Okay, I'm gonna keep on talking.
Yeah, okay.
So I feel like there's definitely a difference between all of that. And I think it's important that in the generation that we in right now, we realize that just because we got all these rappers, which are popcorn.
Yeah.
Pop culture, popcorn.
You want me to switch to
And
No, influence.
okay.
so yep, let me open my phone back up and I'm still talking. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Let's just do another test.
So I'm still talking.
I hear the word test on point, so that means we're still talking.
So we still talking. Test. Yep.
We are
We're
ready.
still talking.
Yeah,
Talking.
we're
I'm
We're
still
ready.
talking. I ain't shut up
Does
yet.
he have our intro? Is he bringing in the intro? Is he bringing in our intro?
I should go to your page and just share it. That way you can see all three.
I thought Andrew was bringing the music in.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, are you bringing music in?
And then I can just go to her
And then I
page
can
and share from her page.
Yeah.
Let me do that.
Huh?
Tell them to start.
BInfluenced Live.
You want to have to start the show?
It's a group page. I think I'm on a group page.
You said you want to start the show.
All right, so we're just gonna start the show. For those of y'all that are just tuning in, those of y'all who have been waiting, this is BInfluenced Live with your girl Ms. D, and I'm here with Lady T, the finesse
Lady
queen.
T, the finesse queen.
Yes, and we are here with our new co.
Yes, I didn't start recording yet. Right?
Oh, okay. Okay, it's live.
It's on one of the BInfluenced Live page.
Andrew.
Yes. Hey everyone, we are here. Are we good to go? Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Yeah, but on this one.
What's
Which
that?
one is
Oh.
This is just the B influence. It doesn't say C. It doesn't have your last name.
What's the
The public page. This one.
Is it the live page, the fan page, or the? Can we start?
Yes.
to your
Okay, so we're back. This is your girl Ms. D, and we are here live. We are finally in studio. It's your girl Ms. D, BInfluenced Live, and I'm here again as we go with
Lady T,
my
the
girl,
finesse queen.
Lady T, the finesse queen, and our new co-host,
Lady Precious.
Lady Precious. You might know Lady Precious from another radio station we was with way back.
Way back in the day.
Yes, Caribbean Vibes. This is our Caribbean queen.
Yes, I'm gonna be the Caribbean ambassador for all of us. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on in the community and what shows you need to be at, what parties you need to wind up at.
I know that's right.
Yes, and we have, you know, we have all the way from California, Annanake.
Yay.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Annanake. I hear her talking, but I can't hear her. I hear her in the distance.
In the distance.
Annanake. 1 2 1 2. We're gonna give them a minute to get Annanake together. We get a mad echo, and she sounds like she's all the way in California and not right here with us. But today we are talking about rap music.
Yeah.
rap music. Has rap music lost its culture? That's going to be our topic of discussion today, but we're going to get to that in a minute because we need to talk about what our BInfluenced team has been up to because we've been on a hiatus for a while.
What trips y'all been taking?
Yes. So I'm going to give you a quick brief. This is a quick brief. If you want details, you're going to have to go to our website, which is www.BInfluenced.com. But over here to my right, which is probably your left, Lady T LeFinesse Queen. Did y'all know she's an actress? Yes, she's an actress. Oh, wait. I said my left. This is my right, their left, right? My left, your right. Lady Precious. This sister got some lungs on her. She got lungs on her that you would not believe. I felt like I've known her since she was a little girl.
I know. We've known each other
Yes.
way before Georgia.
Way before Georgia. Sister got some lungs, and she has that notebook and that pad. She knows how to write some poetry, too. Ooh. So she can get into your soul, all right? And if whatever y'all want to know about me, just go to the page, because I got a full bio.
Oh, and she's just everything.
Okay.
She's got everything.
Full bio.
Yeah.
But the one thing I want you to know about me now is that I'm writing a book. I have a story to tell, Swordback Butterfly. So you can catch me on some speaking engagements. Just make sure you guys are on our IG pages and Facebook pages. I give you little snippets of the book here and there. But you would be surprised at some of the things that you see about my life. But it's just not about my life story. It's about healing. It's definitely about healing. But so now that we've done that, we're going to talk to Lady T because we got our Aries in the house. Her birthday is the day after mine.
Aries season.
Yes, but her trip this year was by far, and we got another Aries in the corner over there, but her trip this year, her excursion and her experience was by far top notch.
I had to do it big. It was my 30th, so I had to go all out, kind of set the tone for the next decade.
Yeah, so tell us all about it.
I did that well. So
you did.
First of all, I want to say you can always go to toyamnelson.com and click on the link in the bio, and that will take you to my YouTube channel, which I have created vlogs for each day because we did so much and our trip was so power-packed that I literally had to do a vlog for each day, not the whole trip. So my idea was to do a whole trip vlog, but then as I started adding stuff, I'm like, I can't. This got to be broken down by that. So day one is available on my YouTube channel, so you can go check that out. So I'll give you a brief kind of gist of everything that went down on my trip and how exciting and amazing it was. So I booked my trip very affordable, $520 round trip from Atlanta to Madrid. Then I spent about 3 days in Madrid, did some tours. They have a lot of free tours online. There's this group called Sandsmen, and they kind of do free tours all around the world. So if you've ever visited a different country or something, see if Sandsmen is there because they'll do you a free tour, and they basically work off of tips and stuff, and off of like referrals when you go to TripAdvisor and stuff like that. So we did a free tour around the city that gave us a lot of history. Like I feel like this trip was so history, like a history lesson, and I needed that. I needed to just open my eyes and see what else is going on around the world. So I learned a lot about Spain. Of course, like the fact that the Moors had conquered Spain and ran Spain for some time, and then I also learned that Spain was one of the first countries to allow gay marriage and stuff like that. So yeah, Spain is very.
I never know that.
No,
yeah,
I
never knew that. So I learned so much history. I saw the palace when I was there, the royal palace, the royal cathedral. I saw a flamingo show. Everybody has to see a flamingo show. Like they have so much.
Okay, so what is the flamingo show?
So that's like the
So it's not
the salsa on another level. Like
So it's not.
Hold on, you said salsa on another.
Flamenco.
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 Okay. Thank you, flamenco. So so those shows were amazing because they so filled with passion. Like the way they move, there's stories behind that too. So we did that. We went on a bar crawl, which was like 32 euros for like tapas, 6 or 7 different clubs. Each one came with 2 drink tickets, all for €32.
So what is
32,
that? Yeah,
right.
what is that? In
€32 and
€32 is probably about $34.
Wow.
Yeah, like their dollar to our $1 is like $1.19 maybe. So the euro is definitely a little bit higher. But so we did that, and then we took a flight from Madrid to Morocco, which was $54 round trip, and stayed in Morocco for like 3 days. And that, oh my gosh, I'm planning a trip back to Morocco now. Like, I met some good people in Morocco. We went to the Atlas Mountains and learned about the Berber people, the way they live. Like, you just have to go to my YouTube so you can see the pictures and the videos, because I'm not even giving it life right now, I feel like. But I'm telling you, in Morocco, it was just like the people treated you like royalty. Like, it was so majestic. People are so honorable and respectful there. The way they drive is crazy. So they look like they're about to get into it. It's crazy because they don't have accidents. But here, where, you know, it's so different, where like we have stoplights and you don't just like
to prevent us from having accidents.
and we still have so many more accidents.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much. I couldn't even, like, our tour guide, I couldn't even look at the road while he was driving. I was like, every time I'm like, I can't look. But yeah, he took us to the mountains. He took us to Asura Beach, and we also went to, we went to like I forget what they call those shows, but they had like some kind of show in the middle of the castle, and different tribes came from different places.
That had to be so dope.
Yeah, different tribes came and performed while we were having dinner. So that was.
How was the food?
Food in Morocco is amazing. That's some of the best food I ever had. And I don't eat meat, but when I went to Morocco, I did, because I was like, you know, it's international. It's not American meat. It's halal. Let me try it. And so I did eat lamb, and I did eat fish off the sea. Like, they had right in the Sora Beach, they literally caught it and brought it to our table.
like
grilled it and brought it right to our table. And it was like a platter, and they was like, do you want all of this for 500 dirhams?
So was the fish with the head and everything on?
Mm-hmm. Yep, with the head and everything.
I'm not crazy about the fish with the head, but just to have the fish grabbed in the sea and cooked and placed on my plate. Like,
yeah, that's exactly how I
being a pescatarian, that's like life.
It was nice. But yeah, so that was dope. And then we took the flight back to Madrid, and then took the train to Valencia and stayed in Valencia for like 2 days. Valencia was cool. It was really quiet. It was good to end our trip with Valencia because it's really
just a wind down.
Mm-hmm. It's like a wind down kind of place, a family beach. It had a lot of history there too. But yeah, and then we went back, caught the train back to Madrid, and then flew back home. So I mean,
wow, that's how you do it.
Look, she didn't come straight back home. She stopped in Miami first.
Yeah.
And they all turned up together?
No, I wanted her to stay. I was hoping she would stay in Miami, so I arrived in Miami, but she came back, and I had she had been all over the globe.
So you gotta know, that's why they call me the finesse queen. You gotta know how to book your trips.
Yeah.
So I finesse my trip.
My planner.
Like, see, I feel like whenever you fly in, you gotta have, if you have to have a layover, because it was no flight leaving directly from Atlanta, unless I did Delta and I did American Airlines, which was cheaper. But I feel like if you're going to have a layover, pick a place where you want to be and try to get a long layover. So
right, so you can explore it. It doesn't feel like a layover.
Exactly. So instead of Philly for like 4 hours, I chose Miami for like 7 hours and just went to the beach and chilled.
Okay, so that's like.
So it was that's how I ended up in Miami. It was really a layover.
So who do you use primarily? Because I like Skip Flag.
I used Hopper.
I like Hopper.
The Hopper is good, but what I like about Skip Flag, they give you the grid at the bottom of the screen. So say you don't have any particular time when you want to travel, you can just go across the grid, and if you want to travel really on a budget, you can see where it's the lowest rate.
That's true. You can go up and down.
Right. So that's why we picked our Italy tour for September, because our flight to Italy is only going to cost us $700 some. Round trip. To go to Italy, and then when we do Italy, we'll do it for 15 days, and we'll do the Euro train, and so we'll just hit Venice and Rome, and we'll hit all those places by train. Because if you do these, what is it called? Well, sleeper cars, but it's like a night train, so you just sleep, and then you go and you do that city for the day. If you want to stay in that city, you get an Airbnb, you stay in the city for the day, get back on the train, sleep. You know,
I had looked at the Euro trains, but I was like, I don't have enough time. I'm doing too much. Like doing all that. Like I was doing too, like every day was like, go.
Like to me,
and then still had jet
but see, the
lag.
Euro train can take you all through Europe. You know, you can go from one end, you go to Soviet Union. Well, it's not Soviet Union anymore. Russia, you go to Russia. You know, you can hit so many places on the Euro train. You know, so you can do all Europe. And when my cousin originally told me about doing Europe, he said 3 weeks is not enough. So we're going to do 2 weeks when we go to Euro train. But I mean, when we go to
That's true. If you doing like that, like backpacking and taking the train, that's because I only went for 9 days, and I was like, I don't have enough time to take the train somewhere else. So we just took the train.
So much time.
Yeah, we wanted to take the train to like Barcelona. It was just, he was like, no, he's doing too much. And then still, you know, having that jet lag, the time is just so different. Like trying to force yourself to get up when you're still tired. Like it was a lot. But
I think one of my biggest trips that I really want to do, which is I wanted to do last year for my 50th. I have to do Greece. I really have to do Greece.
my brother just came from Greece for his second time. I'm like, why are you going back to Greece?
It's beautiful. Everybody's
I'm
He's
like,
like, he's like, if I go to Greece
reasons.
again, my brother told me if you go to Greece again, you're not coming back.
I don't know what the obvious reasons are.
I mean, it's a place I can just go and be free with my herbs.
Oh, okay. Well, you go to California, be free with your
But I
herbs.
mean,
Yeah, they have like herb shops, like coffee shops.
yeah,
like
you
their
can go sit
coffee
down and
shops
have
are not-
coffee and yeah.
Oh, well, see, I'm
that.
not a herbologist.
Yeah, well,
So
that's very
I haven't looked into that. So is Annanake with us? Is Annanake with us? Annanake? Okay, so we don't have Annanake with us at this time. So we're just going to continue to move forward. So I did Miami, which wasn't really a trip to me. That's like going
That's like
to
a second home.
our
like
backyard.
third home.
Yeah, that's like going to your backyard, you know. So, but I would have to say this Miami trip was very enlightening for me.
I bet it was.
It was very, it was very enlightening.
Well,
for
I
me.
need to go to Miami. I need some enlightenment.
Yeah, it was enlightening. I received a lot of wisdom on this trip. I had a great tour guide.
So you saw Miami in a different light.
I see that Miami.
Oh, she saw it in a different light.
In a different light.
light.
Yeah. So
Do some different vocals. I mean, different classes.
mindset. Yeah, from a different mindset this time. Yeah, truly from a different mindset.
That's because sometimes you don't realize a place from a different place until you see it in a different light.
Yeah, so I did a lot of thinking on this trip, and I came back deep in thought. My thinking and my insight was really triggered to look at some things. And since January, when I was in the Keys for New Year's, I came back with this whole different mindset, this whole different thinking of life, and reflecting on some things. And you know, I'm writing a book now. Mm-hmm. So since I'm writing a book, it's been very therapeutic and emotionally draining at the same time. So, right. So this Miami trip kind of brought it all together where like you are there and you're seeing it and you're feeling it and you're opening up and you're letting go of a lot of stuff. But now I have to start redirecting your thinking so that you can use all that so that it's valuable to you.
Right.
So, I mean, I had a great time. Of course, I did all my great shots that I do.
Yes, I saw
that all my fans been waiting for. Like, what baby?
Waiting in the water.
Yeah. What babies did she have on this time? Well, guys, I didn't buy any new baby suits this year yet, but they're coming because we didn't hit summer yet. So
exactly.
I'm gonna have a whole round. So I had to do a repeat on baby suits this year. But yeah, so it was very enlightening because it's making me use all the things that I've been writing, that I've been releasing, and now it's saying this is what you need to put in, so that now you can get out what's inside of you.
Because as you're releasing, you still need to pour something back into yourself so that you can continue to get.
Well, what's funny is not to pour something back in, is that to unlock what's already there, what's been hidden underneath.
Yeah, tap into it.
All of those years of things that I'm releasing. So I'm shedding and I'm opening up, and now I have to know how to use that greatest part of myself. Yeah, that's been hidden for so long, you know. So vocals, you're an ambassador. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that.
So yeah, this year I'm an ambassador for the BInfluenced Festival, which is September 28th, which is a The first one was last year, and it was such an amazing festival of a fusion of Afro-American, Afrobeat, Caribbean, reggae, soca all together. So last year, it had a lot of African artists from Nigeria, artists from Ghana. African music, Afrobeat is like really
Afrobeat is where it's at.
Yeah, I'm hearing it more and more on mainstream radio. So this festival is just a fusion, just to bring like to Afrobeat music, reggae music, and just put it together. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool. Make sure you guys have passes. We'll probably cover it.
Yes.
So,
Only on the 28th?
It's September 28th, yeah.
September 28th.
Yeah. But then even before then, we have Carnival coming up. Atlanta Carnival, Caribbean Carnival. That's Memorial Weekend. That's they're gonna take over the whole Stonecrest area. So you guys make sure you check out that. I'll be in costume this year. I'm playing mask. Lord. But
so you weren't in costume last year?
No, I just did media last year.
You just did media.
Yeah, but this year I'm going to be in costume.
But you did media. I mean, you did.
I did costume the first year, right? 2013.
Right, because I came down here and I met you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm doing costume this year. A lot older, but I'm going to do it. Because it's just a day to just really be liberated, all different sizes.
Now, when you get this costume, are you designing a costume? You get somebody to
No, I'm with a band. So how Carnival works is like there's different bands, and each band has a costume designer, and they design for whatever theme that band is going to have that year.
Okay.
So I'm with a band called Panache. Costume is amazing. But yeah, every band has a different theme.
Oh, cool.
So you just wear the costume for that day. You're literally marching and dancing down the street for 2-3 hours. Carnival really in Caribbean is like a whole week. We party from like the Sunday before all the way to the Monday. So Atlanta does a little bit different. We party like 3 days before. I mean, this party is the whole week leading up to Carnival, which is May 25th. That's going to be the Cab Carnival is going to be in Stonecrest area. They're taking over the entire Stonecrest city. They call it Stonecrest City. We're taking over. We're taking it over. Caribbeans are taking it over for that weekend.
Okay. So you guys are not going to be, because the first year that you and I
it was like Covington.
I thought it was downtown on the street.
Okay, so there's 2 carnivals.
Okay.
There's a lot of controversy going on with that, so I'm not going to touch it too much. But they are, something happened a couple years ago, and the carnival split into 2. So now there's a carnival downtown, and there's the Cab Carnival. The Cab Carnival is a little bit more like the carnival experience.
Okay.
Atlanta Carnival downtown is more commercialized.
How old is the Cab Carnival? Is it older than Atlanta?
It was one carnival at first. And I've only been here since 2013, so I don't want to give the wrong date, but it split prior to me coming here. So maybe it split like 2000 and became 2 carnivals.
Okay.
The 2 different committees are kind of like beefing. So people just decide which carnival. But the carnival that's really popular is the Cab Carnival.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one that, I mean, a lot of celebrities, a lot of artists from out of different countries come to that one. So that one is like the real one.
So do you think since Buju is really, do you think he will come to Atlanta for?
He's not coming back to the United States.
Okay, because he just left, yeah.
I don't think he can come back.
He don't want to come to
I don't
Georgia,
think
that's
he
for
can
sure.
come back. I don't think he can come back. I don't think he can come back. His first concert was in Jamaica, like maybe March 15, March 16. His second concert was I think Bahamas or Barbados, and then Memorial Weekend he'll be in my country. I'm Guyanese, I'm from Guyana, so he'll be in my country Memorial Weekend. But I don't think he can come back to the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when I think about it, the last place he probably wants to come to is Georgia.
Yeah.
Right.
Where he spent
so that was a little premature.
Yeah. But I'm gonna fly to wherever he's gonna be. Like he's my favorite. I love
him. Gosh, Buju, you gotta go so far back with Buju.
Yes.
I mean, yes, Buju was the man for such a long time, and then I have him out there in the industry. And so speaking about that, we are going to roll in, and if we could get our engineer in, because I'm trying to figure out what happened to Annanake, because she needs to do her Cosmic Minute. And we kind of lost her, and we ask that you guys be patient with us with Annanake, because she is in California, and we have some drops and things like that. And while we're in the process, we're finally in studio. I don't know whether you guys can see, because I'm looking at her screen, and it looks kind of dark, but this wall is my favorite color.
Yes, it's so nice.
It is purple.
It's my favorite color.
It's all of our favorite colors.
No.
This is kind of my favorite color.
Okay.
I used to be peachy back in my 20s.
I just love colors.
But the wall is purple, and soon we'll have.
That's your color too?
What, peachy or purple?
Red.
Red.
Yeah, I like
So red is our fire color. We lost an Annanake. Red is our fire color. And I'm talking to our other Aries over here. She's sitting off set.
The Aries have taken over the station, y'all. Where my Sagittarius at?
So, and we're going to leave the astrology alone because Annanake, she handles all of that. I will say, because I talk to her pretty much every other day, that so many of us are in such a great place right now because we went through so many cosmic affairs with the Metro retrograde and the firestorms
and now we're in a whole new Aries and praise be.
Yes, we're in Aries. Pisces even took us through a lot, but Pisces was really good because it opened up a lot of things for a lot of people because Pisces is water, so it allows you to flow and release some things. So a lot of us, we got past so much since the end of 2018 up until the end of the retrograde this year. That so many doors are opening up for so many of us. A lot of us who have been feeling like, oh, the world was on our shoulders, we should be feeling a great release right now. We should really be feeling a dynamic release right now. I'm going to let you cover a little bit. Go ahead and tell us about Nipsey. You ladies talk about Nipsey. I'm going to see if I can get Annanake back with us. Okay.
Speaking of a release, because after watching his funeral today, or I don't even want to say funeral because I don't.
No.
That's it. Yeah. That was his celebration of life.
Celebration of life.
Nipsey's celebration of life. After watching that, I feel a release because I just had my cousin just passed away February 26th, and it's still a lot that's coming. Okay, I'm not sure if y'all know or if y'all have heard about the story where a mother and a daughter are now in jail and being basically they're being charged with killing their other family members. And so 5 people passed away on February 26th, and it affected me and my entire family. And I've been kind of trying to figure out how to deal with that. And I feel like looking at Nipsey's celebration of life today, his mother gave me a piece when she spoke about death.
Yes.
When she spoke about death is something that's inevitable and that it's something that we prepare for. So we live our life in a way that you prepare for death. So when it does come, you make sure that during your life, during your time here, you've affected a lot of people and you have done something to move and change your environment and the people around you. And so she just kept saying death is not to be feared. And she just gave me a lot of peace. I just felt
everything her voice, her energy, as soon as she talked was, I just felt this peace come over. I mean, that was the person that birthed him, and if she could be at that much peace over this, that was powerful. Her whole speech, I was in tears the entire time. I'm a crybaby anyway, but
Nipsey was
the
an
release,
amazing human being.
Yeah, he
and
really
just
was.
with him being who he was, like, you know, that had to come from his upbringing.
Yeah.
He was a philanthropist. He gave back to, he created STEM programs. He was into cryptocurrency. I remember watching a documentary a long time ago, and he kind of got me interested in cryptocurrency when he talked about him going over to, it was Amsterdam, now that I think about it. He went to Amsterdam to learn more about cryptocurrency. You know, I was just forever changed after that. I'm like, okay, he's making different types of money moves. He was into real estate. He bought the block back.
Yes, he did.
He was a family man. He created great music. His music is legendary. And the fact that he had his own label and he released his music on his own label, and when he dropped mixtapes, this was his first album that was just released. Figure that your first album is nominated for a Grammy. Your first album. But he's been making music for over 10 years now. Like, you know, he's had other mixtapes.
And what was interesting to me was the mixtape. They said that he sold for $100.
And Jay bought all of those. Yeah, he sold one mixtape for $100, and he released, I think it maybe, I don't want to get it wrong, maybe 10 copies, and then he sold maybe 1,000 copies for $100, and then he did 100 copies for $1,000 on another mixtape.
Yeah.
It's like he always had this mindset that I don't need y'all. And then he was creating this documentary about Dr. Sebi. Like he just was a powerful being. He was truly a being.
Even the way his queen spoke about him tells you a lot about him as a person. Like that, just I was done. It was a couple of different parts of the celebration of life that just had me. The tears just would not stop because I just felt it. I felt it to my core.
I have to go back and watch it. I didn't have the opportunity to watch it because I was with my fifth grade babies. But I did see a video on social media of his mother speaking, and it was ironic that Annanake has spoken about it, and she has said, that because she's in California, so she has more of a first-hand view of what's going on, even though she's north in the valley, but she still has more of a first-hand view of what's going on. And she said, it doesn't feel like he's dead. It feels like his energy now can touch so many people. Yeah. And so when she said that, I said, well, did you see the video that's on social media from his mother? Mm-hmm. I said, because that is what she's saying. Yeah. She said, oh, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. So I told her I was going to send her the link so that she could see what his mother had spoken about.
The mother was saying she wished. Yeah, the mother said she wished that the cameras could show when she showed up to the scene and how she interacted with the police and how calm when they told her that the person that was shot was Nipsey. She said how calm she was. Like she just had
and his energy is touching. Like that's amazing. It's amazing what you did in your life for your death to speak so many volumes to people that had no idea about your music. Like my mom, even today, I was telling her about because I was watching it from like 1 to 4. Yeah, I was even at work and I was like, I'm tuning in, and the whole time I was watching the whole thing, even in the Uber ride. I was like, still watching
the Uber home from school. I didn't want to get up and go get them. I was like, I catch Uber today.
And when I got home, and I was telling my mom about it, she's like, "What you?" I'm like, "I'm watching, Nipsey's celebration of life." It just made her feel like a better person. Like she was like, "I want to be a better person. I'm about to go study." And she don't know nothing about Nipsey.
And for this nigga to stand up at a celebration of life and tell us to be vegan, and she touched on so many
but that's
things.
2 things I want to touch on. I want to touch on the fact that it's a celebration of life. And it was ironic that the day that he had lost us, I had went in and I had did all of our posts in our BuzzFeed to post for the week. And I was posting him this week.
I saw that you had posted.
Right, because I was going to post the Metro Water. Mm-hmm. And I had one of his videos that I was going to post. And after that, I just deleted everything. So our post did not post regularly this week. Because after that, I deleted everything. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that you even thought that you were going to post him the following week.
Right. So, but one thing I want to say in regards to Dr. Sebi is that a lot of people are going to be hungry for his information now. They're going to seek his information through social media. I would say go buy a book. Because now that we have social media, we have a lot of people's opinions. We have things that have been watered down. We have things that have been, people have added their opinions, and his estate is no longer run by him. So the views and the beliefs and the actual messages that we got from Dr. Sebi when he was alive are not the same. I would say actually buy a book. Go to your used bookstores. Find something, or go on Amazon, find something that was printed before his death and buy those books. That's where you're going to get your best information. Dr. Sebi has been around for a number of years. When I started, I tell people all the time, I adore Ayana, but I started following Ayana in 1988, 87, when she was on a local radio station in Philadelphia called WEJT.
Okay.
The AM station.
Yeah.
And it's a talk radio station. At that same time, we had Dr. Sebi, we had Malachi York, we had Dr. Clark, we had Dick Gregory, we had Dr. Ben, we had all of these, I don't want to say motivators, but all of these teachers and guides. Teachers and guides at that particular time, and Dr. Sebi was one which is why you can go all the way back to the 90s and you can see when Left Eye was found on him. He didn't just exist when Left Eye had went to Honduras.
Right.
He was prior to that. So when you was in that circles or those teachings, and you had these seminars and stuff where it might have been only 50 people there, you know, in the Philadelphia area, I was one of those 50 people, and they were some Dr. Joel Pookrum, you know, all of these teachers that teach all these amazing sciences about holistic living and wellness and spirituality and cosmic beings and things of that nature. You're not going to get the same information now on social media if it's not coming directly from them.
Yeah, this has been so filtered.
I would say Queen Afua is
Queen Afua, yes.
She's definitely somebody to follow. If you are going to look at social media, she's somebody to follow and pick up her books too. She's still a living being, living in light and dwelling in light here on this plane that we are in, and she's still preaching a lot of the same ideologies and practices.
Yeah. With Dr. Sebi, and one of the things with Dr. Sebi taught us to eat from our natural heritage, what our DNA, what our melanin, what our bodies feed off of. And then you have some that would kind of debate because we are so far removed from our natural existence, and especially being in the United States, that all of that does not work for us now. Because one of the things that he tells us not to eat, and so many of us eat, is broccoli.
Yeah.
You know, broccoli is not something.
And cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Yeah.
Garlic. He's not big on garlic. So, and I'm really big on garlic. And I said, I followed him for years. But I'm not. I'm big on garlic. And garlic is one of the things that he said is not good for us. But like I said, I would say buy a book. Yes. Not a Facebook. Not buy an account. Log on to a Facebook or Instagram book, holistic wellness book. Download me for free book. No, go to a bookstore where it has paper pages and get a book.
Those still exist.
Yes, they still exist. And try to get something that was published prior to his death. Would be the best tool and medicine to really see his studying. So since we're just talking about Nipsey, let's move on into rap culture. Has rap culture lost its culture? The reason I selected this topic for us, primarily Nipsey. Secondary, Kodak Black. Yeah. Woo, everybody took a deep breath.
He's still our brother.
He's just in the corner in timeout for a very long time.
He just had the MMR shot. That's the problem with him.
Okay, I'm going to ask you first. Let me see. He has a shot. Why?
He had the MMR shot because it affects Black boys, and I feel like it hinders them in a way where they don't have it all together in the head. You know, working in schools, you can see it. You can see what these vaccinations do to our Black men. Right? And it's like
say that for another show.
Say that for another topic, yeah, because vaccinations is definitely another topic. Then so now they got an outbreak.
Yeah, and now they're trying to make it like you actually have to get the measles.
The measles.
And that's the one shot that affects Black boys. And now it's an outbreak with it. Now you're forcing people to get the. Anyway, another topic for another day. But yes, like I said, that's probably the shot that he suffers from. So with that, a lot of Black men suffer from autism or other kind of dysfunction, ADHD, and I think he probably suffers from something like that.
But let's talk about specifically.
I think Kodak is a very intelligent person, and I actually do like some of his music. I feel like he hasn't had the proper guidance in his life. And so a lot of times when you haven't had the right kind of guidance and when you succumb to fame, you kind of don't have your whole mind. You just stay and do whatever because you feel like you can. And I feel like that's where he comes from, a place where he feels like he can stay and do whatever. So I don't even think that it's a thing where he's purposely being disrespectful. I think it's like a disconnect. You see people all the time, like, and mostly just well, I think because I work with children, but I see children all the time. It's kind of like, okay, there's a disconnect there. Like, there's a disconnect.
You really think it's a disconnect?
I think it's a disconnect with him. I think it is. And I'm also kind of upset with the way people are reacting to it. I think people are putting too much light, too much emphasis on it. Like, we have bigger fish to fry. Like, you know.
But this, we're talking about the Lauryn Hill comment, right? I mean, the Lauren London comment. Okay.
I think the reason that people are putting so much on it is because his timing. People are still, it's like a fresh wound. You know, we just fell. We just got this scrape. Our cut is still bleeding. It's still open. It's still an open wound, and then this. So that's why he's getting the reaction I think that he's getting, because people are still like, it's
and
fresh.
then I feel like that's like a knife in the back of black women almost, because it's like I feel like, just like you said, because of Nipsey is why people are upset.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't upset because he disrespected a woman. People are upset because of Nipsey. Yeah. Because Kodak has said things previously that has disrespected black women to like the core, you know, and nobody cared then. Nobody was trying to cancel his music then. We should have been trying to cancel his music when he had I date light-skinned women versus dark-skinned women. Or I feel like because there's a male attachment to what he said, because he has disrespected another male that we respect and we look at so highly, that now there's an uproar. But what about the uproar? Where are people to fight for black women? Like, we can't be so mad at Kodak now. Like, I'm just, honestly, it kind of infuriates me. Like, why are you so mad at Kodak now?
Yeah.
But when he was degrading us and making black women feel like we were nothing, nobody was ready to cancel his music then.
I love our people, but what drives me crazy is that we pick and choose when we get angry. We don't have a constant rage. We pick and choose when it's cool to be angry, when we can let certain things go, we'll turn a blind eye to it, and we pick and choose, and that's not, to me, that's not fair, you know?
So his comment back in July, that's that far back?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Wow. So it was July 17th that he said, Kodak Black says light-skinned women are easier to break down.
Oh.
And you're right. There was no uproar in regards to that. And I don't know because...
Or how about his sexual assault? He's dealing with a whole sexual assault case.
See, I don't know anything much about him at all.
He's dealing with a whole sexual assault case, and the way he's handling that is almost sometimes like, wow, really? Like, this is how you feel about women? But then when it comes to, yes, like our wound is still open. We are still mourning. A lot of people are still mourning Nipsey. But it's like, when it comes to a male, y'all in an uproar. When it came to women on several incidents, no one said, where are y'all fighting for us?
I didn't even know that.
When are people ever fighting for us? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're ready to fight for a man, but you know, who has gone and passed away and left a beautiful legacy. But what about the women that are still here, who have to live and endure, you know, the trauma of everyday life due to things that Kodak says?
Right. So when we look at the culture of rap music, hip-hop music, first we got to define rap music. Then we have to define hip-hop. And is it what the culture is? Okay, because if we look at rap music, and then earlier while we were preparing,
the MC versus the artist versus the rapper.
Right, MC versus the artist versus the rapper. So what do we define an MC as?
A lyrical beast.
A lyrical beast, somebody who can get the party started, because they MCs originated from DJs way back in the, you know.
Right, I would agree. The MC is the person that gets the party started. Right. They control the microphone. That's what they do. The rapper is the lyricist. Do you agree?
I do, but it seems like that has changed to me now. The rapper lately is not all the time the lyricist. I mean, some of the lyrics are so watered down and so bubblegum now that what is the rapper? Are we just going off of the beat? Is he a good rapper because the beat is hot, or is he a good rapper because his lyrics are dope? You know what I mean?
I feel like it's somebody who's making music for people to, I want to say vibe, but vibe is not really the word, but for people to kind of dance to, or for people to, maybe some people feel or connect with it, but it's not always necessarily like a message in it. It don't always have a message.
Yeah. Right, that's what I mean. Like, back in the day, to me, it seemed like a rapper had more of a message, whereas now a rapper to me is just such a gimmick. It's like
And I think that's the hip hop artist. So hip hop artists have messages. They tell stories. Slick Rick was a hip hop artist. You know, he told a story. Like Kendrick Lamar. You know, people of today. If we were to talk about our rappers today versus our hip hop artists, I would say somebody like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Nipsey, J-Rock. Those are people who are hip hop artists. People who are rappers are your Futures, your Kodaks, your
Migos. Those are
Migos.
Do you think? I don't know, because I'm used to the Eric B. and Rakim, Chuck D's. I'm used to those who rap. Like when we look at the Migos and stuff, they got cute hooks. But do they? I feel like a rapper was a person that had lyrics, that had a message, that you know. There's those songs. I don't feel like those hip hop artists, because okay, in the bit of research that I had the opportunity to do, and I'm looking over some of Nas and KRS's, you had this much hook and you had
that much verse.
Yes, you had this much verse, and now you have this much verse and this much hook.
And the hook is just one line that's repeating itself over and over
again. And I remember having this debate where someone said, who's the best rapper right now? And he's like, who's the best rapper all time? And they say Eminem. And I'm like, no. And I'm in a room with a bunch of dudes, and they are attacking me. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're too old. You're talking about, you hear about those rappers from back then. And I'm like, no, Eminem, you know. But when you look at it, and then he's like, and Drake, I said, I never considered Drake a rapper. Like,
consider him an artist.
He's not a rapper. A rapper is a person that has verses. And they don't have to rhyme like you're in kindergarten when you're doing eggs and ham.
Exactly.
They're given a message.
Exactly.
And then you have this much hook.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you call a person like the Migos? What are they?
I don't know what they are, but I don't consider them a rapper. Because
or artist or MC.
I would say
they're
artists.
They're
entertainers.
Okay. They're here to entertain.
Okay.
Yeah. Which means they don't have to have content. They don't have to have lyrics that actually mean something. They're just entertainers.
Right. Yeah. They do. They entertain more because their shows and their stages are fabulous. Their lyrics don't.
But you know you're not going to a Migos show to get something deep and walk away with it. No shade. But you know you're not.
Right.
Whereas if you went to like a Rakim, you know, so many rappers back in the day, you went to their show, you know you would leave with some jewels. Some jewels would be in trial. Whereas now it's just like.
Do we have a Annanake?
Should be on. I haven't passed in.
Annanake. Annanake. We can hear you. I'm just trying to get the volume right. Yeah, we're getting a bad echo. They're going to work on Annanake over in the corner. We got her back online. They're just going to work with her. So you might hear some voices in the background while they get her voice straight and get that echo together. Because we definitely want to add her into the conversation because she's right there in California with what's going on right now. But when we talk about has rap versus culture. All right. Now, I'm going to play some of Devil Advocate here because I'm like, rap, we had so much culture back in the day. We had Queen Latifah, we had Bahamadia, yes. We had Eric B. and Rakim, we had Chuck D, we had KRS, we had, and prior to them, we had Nas, we had Tupac. I'm giving these names, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. And before then, we had like African Bambaataa, we had Run DMC, we had Curtis Blow and Grandmaster Flash and all of those Furious Four, Houdini. You know, we had all those groups where rap music, because I don't know when the definition of hip hop or where it even came from or existed, where hip hop really came into existence as a definition for rap music. But prior to Tupac and all them, the music was all party music. It was about partying, having fun, and having a good time. Maybe a fight broke out, But you usually danced it off.
Yeah, no, there was never any guns involved. Y'all fought, y'all took it out on the dance floor.
Yeah,
break dance.
Right, right. You partied it out. So yeah,
your crew battled that crew,
right?
And everybody went home happy. Nobody went home bruised.
And that was our culture. It was rapping, and you had to You had your lyrics. Your lyrics you had to battle somebody on a street corner, and your lyrics had to be supreme. There was no break.
It had to be fresh.
Right. There was no break in between. There was no hot
It wasn't a diss record that you gotta drop it. It wasn't
right.
That.
There was no cool hook that everybody sang all day long. And they didn't know the lyrics to the song. There was a message in there that you took away from the message. Our style was our style. We didn't incorporate that. The message, the music, and our clothing was all one culture. It was just who we were. It's how we already dressed. It wasn't anything that we snatched from somewhere and said this is going to be a part of culture.
And our women didn't have to be half naked for us to do it.
Honey,
but that's just another topic for another day.
Okay.
I wore flannels, leggings, and army boots.
Yeah.
And I was fly as shit. With my bamboo earrings with my name in them. Okay, so.
With your Bobby Brown button on you.
Well, look, now I do have a chapter in there when I met Bobby Brown, so I'm not going to talk about that right now. But Bobby Brown was not a button on mine, and he had an issue that I was not impressed with, so did I have it. I did not have an issue. So, and this was a concert that he probably never talked about, but if I meet him one day and I'll say, you remember that little small park in Jersey? Right after Scholar Rock, I killed you. Yeah, that. And you said, that was me. So,
it's in the book, page 20.
Right. It's in the book. You know, and it's nothing disrespectful. It's just like, you're the one from New Edition that was, nobody likes you, everybody likes Ralph. What goes on there?
You wasn't the only one.
Right.
So keep it real. We tolerated you.
I'm not here for you, I'm here for them.
Exactly.
You just here because you got to build your name. Like, okay. Who knew? Who knew my prerogative was going to be like that? Maybe if I did. But, so, we talk about the culture, though. Has what hip-hop, what rap music and hip-hop has turned into, is it hindering us or has it helped us? And the question is, okay, let's go back. The question is, like we said, we don't know where the term hip-hop came from. And it didn't come from the hip, the hop, hip it to the hip, the hip to the hop, right. It didn't come from that. But when did we walk into the hip-hop and it became a culture?
Was it around Biggie? Was it around those times, or was it before?
I honestly thought, because I did a project on hip hop when I was probably like in high school, and I had to create like this whole book. And I feel like when I did the research, hip hop was always this was according to the research that I did. I can't remember what books I read or what website. And that was so long ago, so I know internet wasn't easily accessible. So I know my research came from like,
study.
And I feel like the research that I got was breakdancing, DJing, and MCing were always the three components of hip hop. So hip hop was always the umbrella of these three different MC, breakdance. Oh, and graffiti. Graffiti, breakdance, MC, and DJ. And hip hop was the name for all of those different categories. So I feel like hip hop. Now I wasn't around in 1984 when hip hop was first.
Well, actually 1978-ish, 9-ish.
Okay. So it was being called hip hop in 70s.
Okay, we had somebody in the background that said go back before 78-ish, 9-ish.
So he's definitely older
those
than
Bronx, Brooklyn, Brooklyn
20.
people, they know they gonna have
I
they say it started in the Bronx.
Okay,
Started in the Bronx.
I lived in a building.
Bronx.
I actually, little known fact about Miss Lady here, I actually lived in a building hip hop was started in 1520 Sedgwick. that was the Bronx. That was right there by Yankee Stadium.
Look, she's getting a head nod.
She's like, yeah, she's correct.
So I
She's
do
correct.
know that that's where hip hop was created. So it definitely was in the Bronx in 70 something, but I thought it was always.
So is that MC Shan? No, that's Queen. That's Queen. I'm Gary. I think everybody splash me in here. Mixing up my people.
I thought it. Yeah, so I always thought that was the term for that culture.
So
and see, it has changed. It has evolved because graffiti and DJing and MCing is not the same as rap anymore. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole different kind of. So nobody break dances anymore. They might.
They do some stuff where they go like this.
To me, they still do.
They do the
They still break. They just call it different stuff. It's just evolved and added to whatever cultures now. But
So
that stuff like what my kids do, that stuff look like break dancing to me. That
They don't hit the ground.
yeah, they don't hit the ground.
That's the only.
They never hit the ground. So when we say evolve, when I think of evolve, I think of something where you develop and you become
great.
a better part of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're saying that rap, hip hop has evolved, is it a greater part of ourselves? Because we have two poles here. We have taken over the globe. But,
Right, but is it?
But have we really
Literally the globe.
evolved?
When I went international, that's all they would listen to all around the world is our music.
What type of what artists were they listening to?
Funny enough, R. Kelly. A lot of R. Kelly. In the club, that was weird. But I was like, is this R. Kelly? So maybe they don't know about what's going on.
They don't know.
They don't know about what's going on. Let's see. What else did I hear? I did hear Tupac. I did hear some Nas.
So they're still listening to
But they still listen to today's stuff too. Like I feel like I did hear Migos. I heard a lot of Drake. They know Drake. Like Drake's big, especially in Spain. They love Drake in Spain. So, I mean.
So with traveling, because I've noticed this, having to be on social media and, reaching out to DJs and things like that, they kind of gravitate more to what was rap culture before it became exclusively hip hop culture. So they like the beats, they like the rhymes. They're not as big on the hooks being the major part of the song. Like they're gonna like the Migos and they're gonna gravitate to Cardi B because they are explosive artists.
I hear a lot of Cardi.
But they gravitate to the origin of hip hop.
That's why I listen to the Nas and the
Right.
yeah.
So now this is where I play devil's advocate. So my argument was, oh my God. So we lost the culture where rap culture was about uplifting us. We were queens, we were gods, we were earths, you know what I'm saying? Fight the power, and all of this. And now we are bitches and hoes and mollies and,
niggas.
We get, our mask and all of this. And so I'm going through and I'm like, okay, I need some lyrics so I can prove my fact that we were so conscious. And we had songs on the radio.
There's
Hold it, that's what I'm
some
getting to.
artists.
That's what I'm getting to. We had artists that were conscious, but you have to go through a whole Nas CD. You have to go through a whole Tupac CD. You have to go through a whole
Oh gosh, yeah.
You have to go through a whole CD. Now, when you go through the whole CD, it is all about perception. Because Nas talks about being in the hood, being in jail, robbing, killing, dreams of this. I wanted to murk. Well, he didn't say murk, but I wanted to murk, and all these things. We all know about what Tupac went. I fucked your bitch when he was coming back at Tupac. You know what I'm saying? We all love Biggie, but Biggie was telling you about the cold, harsh Brooklyn streets.
Right.
Now it's all about perception. So if you have a certain level of consciousness, your perception is this is what it was, but this is where I'm at. But if you're still there, this is what I have to do. Then we had West Coast hip hop come in that solidified.
Yeah.
All right. And then when the South came in, we lost all disrespect for women.
All respect.
All respect. That's it. I said we lost all respect for women. Completely.
Yeah, 'cause
So
I can't think of a conscious Southern artist.
No. So when we look at hip hop and we look at those tracks, but when we look at those, oh yeah, I want to get him on the show. But B.O.B. he's top.
And I think B.O.B. is laying low because I think he don't want to be caught in the crossfire because he drops a lot of jewels. Like he drops stuff that I had to think. Like one of his mixtapes had a lady from the CDC that she wasn't from the CDC. She was from the FBI, I think, and she spoke about how she was in a certain division of the department in the FBI that basically controlled media and said, we want the love in hip hop.
So you think he's laying low because of that? Why is it with our culture that we allow the people that don't have a message, or rappers, hip hop artists, whatever, that don't have a message to surpass the ones that do? Like,
because as a whole, we don't back them. Now we can't control what mainstream and what the dollars do, but we're not going to back them.
And I think a lot of it is with the dollars too. So I don't even think it's
but don't we
need
some
type of accountability. We control it, yes, but at the same time, no, because I do know people who work in the industry who said certain marks be put on their head when they, decide like for instance, an artist will come out with a record and they'll send it to whoever, the higher ups, the heads of whatever label, and they'll send it back and say, no, it's not enough killing in there. It's not enough violence in there. They'll send it back. And if you start doing too much conscious stuff, then they start to put they're not releasing your music. Labels not releasing. So it's like you got to do it independently. You got to do what Nipsey did. Nipsey he released music independently. So that
they didn't control what
and now, they couldn't control what his message was. And I mean, as much as we know what really happened.
And that's why we have to mixtape.
They couldn't control it.
They have to. That's why you have to mixtape. You have the independent artists. But the thing, you still have to go back to our support. If we're not supporting those independent artists and we're not buying their mixtapes, then we're not getting that message out. Now, SoundCloud is really good. Mm-hmm. Now, and working in the school system, when the kids are supposed to be on their systems taking some kind of test or doing something, they're always on SoundCloud. They're listening to something. But the thing is, they're not listening to what is going to motivate them. They're going to listen to what the street's talking about because what's in mainstream is what has their mind activated. So they want to hear about what's going on in the street. They want to hear about what's going on in the strip club. They want to hear about all of that. And
everybody has to take responsibility and accountability for what's yes, we do have to take some accountability in how we support these artists, and then we also have to take the artists have to take some type of accountability as well, because I feel like some of the artists that are releasing conscious music maybe aren't using all the platforms that they can to reach us.
And that's true. But like I said, when we playing devil advocate, it's all about perception. So we can listen to Biggie, we can listen to Tupac. Some of us can and get one entire separate message. And then we can listen to Biggie and listen to Tupac and get an entire different message. And it's all about what is drawn and how we are drawing those perspectives. Because I really wanted to argue this. I really wanted to have this argument that the music that I listened to was so much greater. It was about the radio play at that time and what the movement in society was and what the powers that be wanted to get across. We had our film artists and directors like Spike Lee at the time. So that was a huge time to get those Public Enemies and KRS. That was that movement.
It was so militant.
Right. This is where society was. Now you have a society that really doesn't care. They disrespect women.